Okay, Sistas fans. Now, this is a video. I was reading the comments on my mid-season review. I know it was late, but I already explained. September was a rough month spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, etc. It was not a good month, and I'm so glad October is here. It's a new month. It's a new day. It's officially the fourth quarter of 2025, and with September truly feeling like rock bottom, I just pray that you know, even if I only move 2 steps forward this month, hopefully no steps back, that will be a major come up from where the month left off. And with my cousin's funeral being this past weekend and the days leading up to that, like with the wake and whatnot, videos were kind of on the back burner. I did get some stuff out before the end of the month because I was trying to get as much views and ad revenue for the month of September by the end of the 30th. That way, when I get paid on the 21st of this month, it will be enough to kind of hopefully help balance out the just everything that went wrong last month. But yeah, my mid-season review was up a bit late. However, if you watch my live stream, which I do every Wednesday after a new episode drops, you know how I felt about the episode. But after going through the comments, I just feel, well, the comments on my mid-season review and the October 8th trailer breakdown, a lot of people feel the same. We're just yet again rehashing old material. It's like the same old song. We are in the halfway point of season 9, yet the whole Andy and Gary crap, we are still in the middle of it. One of the videos I posted being, what does Gary want from Andy this time, I believe is what I titled it. And people were like, oh, he just wants to talk, and it's going to be the same old, same old. He's going to talk about how sorry he is, and this, that, and the third. And then that's probably going to touch Andy's heart. And, maybe after everything surrounding Karen's disappearance has been resolved, that's when she might decide to give Gary another shot. And we're going to be right back to square one. Halfway through season 9, people. Season 9. And we're most likely going to go through the same rinse and repeat as always. Then the same ordeal when it comes to Zach and Fatima. A lot of people were asking me, Jeremy, how did you feel about the argument these two had in the mid-season? It made me feel uncomfortable just because of the fact that, and I said this in my video about Fatima was not happy that Zach and Karen's baby died. It's the fact that, yes, there have been times where I know some people were probably like, oh, Jeremy, I bet you were excited watching that scene, the way that Zach went in on Fatima. Yeah, because, she did the same thing to him in the past off of assumptions that she was wrong about, in the same way that Zach is showing how he's going through like a mixture of different things, grief over the baby, just anger about overhearing what Fatima said to Danny, the whole Chaz situation, amongst other things. But I just felt I wasn't happy at all, because it was disturbing, because this was a drunk Zach. And while I don't think he would have put hands on Fatima at all, the way he got up in her face, I didn't like that whatsoever. And yeah, you can go back to season 5 when he got up in her face after the whole restaurant brawl with Aaron. And then she, even though this was cut from the episode, but it was in the trailer, when Fatima put her hand right on his face and shoved him back and then left the house in a huff, I didn't like that. Well, I didn't like the way Zach got in her face in this episode either. Also, when you really think about it, this whole drama and all, it just felt so forced. I mean, that's season 9 so far in a nutshell. A bunch of forced stuff like, oh, Andy and Dr. Vaughn, and Andy being jealous of Fatima, Sabrina trying to be a garden tool, and doing everything they can to tear down a black man by making Tony this lazy couch potato who's lost all reservations about himself, forcing the whole Rich and Sabrina thing. And there's nothing about this outside of the first 3 episodes. Nothing really felt natural. Everything just felt forced. It's kind of like, hey, this is season 9. You all know the motion of these characters. Let's just, rinse and repeat storylines from back in the day, and fans won't care. We're still number 1. That's an awful way to look at things. because trust and believe, I still want the show to do well, mainly because of my channel. But at the same time, I'm like, there's only so much longer this can last. And they've already done season 10. So I'm just sitting here like, we really are getting more of the same crap. Just like I've said in other videos, you have season 7 being the beginning of the Gary show featuring the sisters. And then season 8, well, actually, season 7 was a mix of Gary scheming against Jordan/Andy with the goal of, getting Andy to marry him. Then Karen with the whole twin thing and the double baby daddy stuff. Then season 8 was pretty much Who Stabbed Gary, with a mixture of Karen finally, goes into labor. Then the first half of the season was, Karen finally has the baby, but one of them didn't make it. Now it's like, where's Karen, with Gary randomly popping up. It's just like, they really could have done so much more with this season. But yeah, I think I agree with the majority of these comments that we are yet again going to go through the same crap over and over again. Sabrina being clueless, being reckless, basically having a hot girl summer like Danny, and it's going to lead to disastrous results. Then you have Danny. I don't even know why they're still doing this Tony thing with her. It's stupid. With Karen, she's just in postpartum and all, and I hope they really address the fact that maybe this is just stemming from her no longer being tethered to Zach and she's losing it because of it. And with Andy, this is trust and believe. And I hate to say this, but remember how I was saying I didn't like how the new writers made her so pathetically weak and needy in the past couple of seasons? Part of me wants that Andy back if it means we get a less dislikable version of her as to what we have now, because this whole thing against Fatima, yet again, it feels incredibly forced, goes against the narrative we've built with these characters. It's just so, I don't know how to explain it. So simply put, Sisters is, well, based on around the sister circle, and I feel like that's it. The show is called Sisters, and we were pretty much told from the jump, hey, this show is about sisters who will be going around in circles. AKA, we're just going to revolve around the same plot points over and over and over again until the wheels fall off of this show, which is just crazy. I mean, this just reminds me of the haves and the have-nots towards the final season, where they actually extended the show by one more season just for the sake of ratings and whatnot. And by that point, the show had jumped the shark years in advance, so it just felt like Tyler was doing anything and everything. But say what you will about the haves and the have-nots, even though by the end it just became a whole mess where they introduced like 30 random characters who had no business being in the show, but at least it was a little different. Some things were just so stagnant, like, Wyatt's the addict and Jeffrey's gay and Jim is an a-hole and Veronica's just crazy. But at the end of the day, I love those characters enough to watch it. With Sisters, it's like most of them have been insufferable from the jump, so it's like, are we really still doing this crap? But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. To be completely honest, I think ratings are going to continue to tank like they are now. This will be the lowest rated season ever, and season 10 might be the final bout. I'm just saying, because if season 9 doesn't turn this ship around, I don't know what will.